So dear learners, another most important topic from this chapter is characteristics of management. So in order to learn this topic, you must try to learn an acronym called GGMP CID, where this G stands for group activity, another G is for the process being goal oriented, where M is multidimensional, P stands for being pervasive, C is continuous, I says intangible, an intangible force, and D is for dynamism. So these are the 7 characteristics of management. You can easily remember them as GGMP CID. Now let us have a quick overlook from NCERT that what exactly is expected when you write this answer. So this topic has been covered under the heading characteristics of management right after effectiveness versus efficiency on page number 5 of book NCERT. And if we see, there have been 7 characteristics, the first one being G for goal oriented, where it says that an organization has some basic set of goals which are the basic reasons for its existence and it strives towards accomplishment of those goals. Secondly, it has talked about another characteristics of being pervasive, that stands with P, where it says that all enterprise, whether it is economical, social or political, in all types, all forms, all levels, whether it is sole proprietor, partnership or a big company, everywhere there exists this force called management and hence it is universal to any organization. The third characteristics that has been talked about is being multidimensional, and here when we see there are 3 sub characteristics: management of work, the management of people and the management of operations. So whenever you talk about this particular characteristic with M, multidimensionality, you have to talk about POW, P-O-W, that is management of people, management of operations and the management of work. One is C for being continuous function. Continuity simply states that these 5 functions of management, POS, DC, are coming again and again in a cyclic format. If we say planning, then it leads to organizing. Organizing goes to staffing. Staffing is followed by directing. After that we see controlling, and it's a never ending process. Controlling again leads back to the first and foremost step of planning. So this cycle continues. It's a cyclic and continuous process. Another characteristic talks about G being a group activity, as an organization is a collection of diverse individuals with different needs, and so they must work as a team in full coordination to achieve the common organizational goals through a common direction. And the last 2 characteristics that have been talked about is D for dynamism, where it says that an organization must adapt itself to major changes in order to survive, because it is continually interacting with its external environment which is changing at a faster pace, be it social, economical or political. And the last topic talks about management being an intangible force that cannot be seen but can only be felt in the organization through its discipline, through its order, through its aura, through its climate. We can feel the management. So now let us see the important questions that has been asked from this segment. of characteristics of management. The sixth most important question from the last 5-year question papers. This is a direct question asking 4 characteristics. So as we have discussed, there are 7 characteristics of management: G, G, M, P, C, I, D. So you can choose any 4 of them to answer this question for 4 marks. Group activity, goal oriented, multidimensional. In this, don't forget to talk about POW, management of people, operations and work. P for pervasiveness, continuity, intangibility and dynamism. Another question that has come is in the statement form, where there are 2 statements. First statement says that management is multidimensional, M as the characteristic, and another says that it is involved in all organizations, whether it is economical, social or political. It means it talks about its pervasiveness. So I think both statements are correct individually. So we can say that 4th option is the right one. One more case study we can see from this topic. It says to identify and explain the feature of management. So with feature we mean characteristics only. So again you should remember GGMP CID. Now let us have a quick reading of this case study. The general manager of a reputed organization, Mr. Agastya Lokhande, made the following announcement at AGM of the company. This name reminds me that this particular case study has been directly taken from this year's sample question paper of CBSE for the year 2024-25. So it's a 4-mark question where this first part is of 1 mark and the second part is of 3 marks. And we are supposed to give the characteristic and 3 reasons why management is so important, which will be taken up in the next topic of discussion. So Mr. Agastya, the general manager of the organization at its AGM, has talked about, he said, when we talk about a brand, we think of reputation. But the reputation is made or broken by the quality of products and customer representation. So he's talking about the brand and its reputation, which can either be made or be broken by the quality of the products and its customers' representation. If people are miserable, they can't give their best and the brand suffers. On the contrary, the positive results can be observed if there is job satisfaction, effectiveness, efficiency in the functioning. So he has talked about the 2 sides of a coin. In an organization, when the people feel miserable, they are not giving their best work and the brand is suffering due to lack of best work from them. And on the other hand, if there are positive results, it's directly related to job satisfaction among the people, effectiveness and efficiency. So we can see here that he has talked about this intangible force that can be observed in any organization. So I think the characteristic that has been talked about is none other than management being an intangible force, and of course it has to be followed by the 3 reasons why management is so important. Thank you.